Hello, welcome back to Divi Living. My name is Tom and I've been using the WordPress theme Divi by Elegant Themes in my arsenal for web development for a number of years now, and today I want to show you how to add a custom floating button that sits on the side or the top or the bottom of your website that you can use just to highlight to customers something permanently that sits on the page wherever they look, and then I'll show you how to add that to certain pages and posts and not others. So let's dive in. So let me start by showing you what I mean when I talk about a floating button. So here on this website, over on the right hand side, a little over halfway down, you can see the client login area button. Now this stays in place to the browser window but appears to float over the top of the other content, and this works as well on other devices. So on a mobile phone, if I move this, you can see it here and you can scroll. Now you may not want it on mobile. You can Google or ask me if you really want to about how you control CSS across different devices. So let's get to work adding this to the site. And so we're going to start by going straight to the dashboard. I apologize if you can hear my neighbors doing some DIY. So once here, we're going to head straight to the theme options, and then we're going to start by going to the integration section because we want to add some code here to the body section. Now I would say at this point, normally I would add this code in a child theme in a custom header.php file. I'm still a fan of a child theme, but I want to make this useful for people who struggle with customizing their Divi websites. So we're going to do this in the WordPress dashboard. So here's the code we're going to write. We're going to open a div. And we're going to call this floating button. Now you can call it whatever you like, you just need to reference it right in the CSS later. And I would say at this point, if you're new to HTML and CSS and PHP, jQuery, all that stuff, there's some links to some reference books on Amazon that I recommend. I've used myself. They're useful, so do check those out. They'll be in the description of this video if they are of any use to you at all. And also do check out, this isn't an ad, I've just giving out a link to Skillshare. So I use Skillshare, and as a Skillshare user I can give you 2 months free access to Skillshare, in which time you might be able to watch some videos around HTML and CSS and some of the gaps in your knowledge. So take those 2 months free. It's not an ad, it's just a link that I get as a Skillshare user. So that too is in the description. So let's crack on. So we've got here, we've written the div, and then we're going to chuck into here a quick link. Again, all the code you need for this will be on the diviliving.com website. So for now, we're going to go to the Google homepage. Other search engines are available. Now I'm going to put in a H4. This, you could put a paragraph tag, a different heading weight tag if you wanted to. Put client area login. Now once you've written, this is all we need to write in terms of HTML, so we can save that now. And then what we're going to do from the Divi theme options section where we are, we're going to go to general. And at the bottom of this section, we've got the custom CSS. Now, I'm just going to copy and paste a whole bunch of CSS rather than you watch me type it out. So you'll be able to get all this code, as I said, on the Divi Living website. So let's paste that in. So just so you know roughly what we've got, this is the styling for the button itself. This is what changes the color when you hover. This styles the link and some of the text, and then this tells, in my case, the heading 4 weight text to be a smaller size than it would normally be. So you may not need that at all, but have a play with that CSS. So we're going to save that. Now when we go back to the home page, with any luck, the button is here. There you go. You see it here over on the right hand side, and that floats as you would want it to. Now if you want to attach this to the top or the bottom of the website, you can play around with it. Let me show you where you would do that. just quickly. So here we've got fixed. It's fixed on the right hand side, and that's because the right is set to 0. But if you change the right here to left, that pings it across to the other side here. Now you can set it to stick to the top or the bottom. You will need to rotate the link, the A tag, and you'll need to adjust the size of the button as well to do that. So have a play with that. And then the last thing I promised I would share is how do we get it so that it appears on, say, certain pages and certain posts but not others. So what I'm going to do is quickly show you how to, in posts, I've got the all-time greatest WordPress blog, Hello World, here. So what you'll see is this appears here on the website on the right hand side in the blog posts. Now we don't want it to do this. I want it to be hidden. So what I need to do is head back to the WordPress, the Divi theme options, and go to the CSS. And what I want to do is at the bottom here, if you use Inspector, go to the Elements tab, what you can see at the top here is the body class has a number of useful classes. The one that we want to use really this time is single post. So this means that on a single blog post, rather than say a category, we want to hide that tab. So I've copied out single post. So here I'm going to add the class single post, and then floating button display none, and I'm going to save that. And now when I refresh this page, it will be hidden here on the post, but if I go to the home page, it's present. So you can play with that again. So if you look at portfolio items in Divi, those will be project classes, and you can play with those as much as you like. You could hide it from the home page and bits like that. And if you want to add individual classes or hide it from individual pages, let me just quickly show you. Each page has an ID. So in the body class, you want the page ID here, and just add that in to your code. So in this case, we would want page ID 16, and then floating button, and then this should hide it from this page. So it's not present on the home page, but if I go to the about page, and I apologize for how the about page looks, it's present. But then if I go to the recent posts, it's also not on the post. So we've now got a lot more control about where it appears. So play around with those body classes. They are super useful. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's useful to you in your Divi website development going forwards. As ever, all the code snippets and stuff can be found at diviliving.com. So head there to find all the notes and bits that you will need. If this has been useful to you, please subscribe, please like the video, comment, share this with anyone who you think would find it useful. I'd love to hear your ideas for video tutorials going forwards as well, so please add those in the comments. So with that, I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. Happy website development with Divi, and we'll speak again soon.